नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, Raja Guhya. Now we are studying in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga. Karma means action. Yoga means performing that action without expecting any results. That means not affected by those actions. That's what is called Karma Yoga. And karma means prescribed actions, prescribed duties. That's what karma. That in the last class we studied about it, I explained. Prescribed duties are karma. And abominable activities are vikarma. So no need to talk about that at all. But prescribed duties only we can do. But when we do prescribed duties, if we are attached to the results of those actions, then we will become karmi. So that's what we need to understand. And even in those duties also, when we are doing it, we are forced to act. We are forced to act. That is the reality. And we are forced to act because of our attachments to the results. Karma yoga means performing actions without expecting the results and without getting ourselves attached to the results. But here we are forced to act because we are attached to the results. It's a very, very intricate subject to understand. That's why Krishna also said very clearly that Gahana Karmano Gati. So it's very hard to understand the effect of our actions. Karmano hi api bodhavyam, bodhavyam cha vikarmanaga, akarmanascha bodhavyam, Gahana Karmano Gati. So we need to understand what is karma, vikarma, karma, all those things, but the results, the effects of our actions and why we are forced to act and all those things, it's very, very complicated subject. But we need to understand. That's why Krishna told Arjuna that I shall explain to you what is karma. Tatte karma pravakshan. Because it's very difficult to understand, but I shall explain to you, by knowing which you will be freed from all these problems. Just 1 second. So, it's a very, very difficult subject, but very easy for us. Because when we develop that love on Krishna, when we develop that attachment on Krishna, then it is easy for us. That's it. We can perform our activities very easily, no doubt about it, when we develop that attachment on Krishna. Otherwise, in this world, people, because of desires, when we are forced to act, then forced to not only act, forced to commit sins. That's what Arjuna is going to ask in this same chapter, 3rd chapter, what we are going to study in the next 1 or 2 slokas. Arjuna is going to ask why one is forced to commit sins. So when someone is forced to commit sins, we see that because all these are all, it was there in our culture. This Bhagavad Gita itself, it was the way of life. It's very, very unfortunate that things have changed in a very rapid phase, that we are forgetting our culture. We should not let that happen. Because dharma has to flourish. Dharma is very important. Because, like when I was growing up in my village, at the time, when something happens which is not a good thing, not a great thing, then people say, karma, 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 like that. I don't know, it was there everywhere in India, but at least in the place Tamil Nadu, South Tamil Nadu, that was the use, karma, karma, like that. So, that is nothing but that. This karma is, basically that is a karma that we are forced to commit sins. That's what is that karma, karma, like that. And they also use adakarmamai, like that. Adakarmamai, like that. So this karma in our life, we need to understand that understanding the subject itself is very, very important. First of all, we need to do prescribed duties and without expecting the results, and doing it for Krishna, and understanding very well that we are forced to act and how to free ourselves from that force. So all these subjects are very, very important. Krishna is saying that nirasir yatha chittatma, nirasir yatha chittatma, tyakta sarva parigraha, sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. So, free from all desires, nirashir, and our consciousness should be always like that. Yatha chittatma. Tyakta sarva parigraha. By giving up all sense of proprietorship. If one acts just to maintain the body, then he is not going to get any sins. Kurvan na apnoti kilbisham. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we study again and again this Bhagavad Gita, because only 18 chapters, 700 verses, and Krishna has taught us and given us what all we need, everything has been explained completely in this Bhagavad Gita. We have to actually, we will automatically, with the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, we will become very serious in this. Because when we are attracted towards Krishna, that's how gopis lived their life. So, by knowing all about Krishna, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, and performing all our activities for Krishna, then our life, our existence will be purified. We are definitely controlled by the modes of nature. That's the reason we have taken this body, human body, in this birth in this. I mentioned this also so many times. The birth in this world, there is a proof that we are bound by the modes of nature. Because material modes of nature only are creating this body, whoever that is, except Krishna. Krishna and his incarnations. Krishna's birth is different. He says in Bhagavad Gita that I appear here with my own internal potential. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swamadistaya sambhavami atma mayaya. So Krishna appears sambhavami atma mayaya. So we cannot compare our birth with Krishna's birth. So he appears millennium after millennium, he comes in different incarnations, so that is different. But our birth, anyone else, is actually we are controlled by the modes of nature. Even those who appeared when Krishna was here, all the demigods who came here, because when Brahma went to goddess Earth went to Brahma and told about that all these demons creating so much of problems, and she couldn't bear with that, and then all of them went to the milk ocean and the seashore, and then they got a voice like saying that Krishna is going to come, and and at that time it instructed all the demigods also to come and take birth in this world to assist Krishna and all those things. But even all those demigods who have taken birth here, they were also controlled by the modes of nature only. They are not freed. Even in the heaven also, we study very clearly in Bhagavad Gita that all heaven, earth, hell, everywhere the three modes of material nature is there. And the only thing is that in the heavenly planets, the mode of goodness is predominant. There you will find mode of goodness only mainly. But still under the mode of nature only. In the earthly planets, mode of passion, Rajoguna, is very much strong. That's why in this earth, people are very, very passionate about things, attached and doing a lot of activities, intense endeavors. They do materialistic endeavors. It's all because of the Rajoguna. And if you go to the hellish planets, all these things are studied very nicely. Krishna is teaching us in the 14th chapter, the three modes of material nature in Bhagavad Gita. It's the mode of Tamoguna. So Tamoguna is predominant. But in Krishna's well, three modes of material nature is not there. So we have taken birth in this world So that there is a proof that we are controlled by the three modes of material nature. Now, especially the mode of passion in this material world, in this earth. So now we have to free ourselves. That should be our goal. So that way, anyone who has taken birth here, definitely they are controlled by the mode of nature. We need to understand. Even the great devotees, even if they go to heavenly planets or where the pious people live, there is as if the Goloka, Saswati Saman. Saswati Saman means it's equal to Goloka. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva Saswati Saman. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashto Abhijayat. Even the unsuccessful yogi who is not able to reach Goloka, he will get intermittent relief. Like sometimes, if they are not able to give full relief, they give intermittent relief, correct? So that way, Krishna is also giving us that. If we are not able to reach Golokam, not able to fully purify ourselves, not able to remember Krishna at the time of death, Krishna is not going to send us back again immediately to this earth and suffer. So we will go to a planet where only pious people live. Prapya punya kritam loka. Then we will enjoy there as if it is permanent. Ushitva saswati saman. Saswati saman. Then again we'll come back to this earth. That is the point. So that means whoever is not fully freed from the modes of material nature, they have to take birth in this earth. Even if you go to heavenly planets also, we have to come to this earth. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Even if you go up to Brahma Loka, we need to come back to this earth. Mamupeti tu kamteya punarjanma na vidyate. Only if you come to me, then there is no punarjanma. So that means we need to understand very clearly that no one from Goloka has come here and taken birth except Krishna. That's what we need to understand. Because once we go there, we won't come back here at all. Anyone, any devotee who is freed from the modes of nature and attained Brahmabhuta platform and goes to Goloka, Krishna will not send them, okay, you go to the earth and suffer and try to make more devotees and all. No, that things and all not there. But in order to go to Goloka, we have to do all kinds of service to Krishna. So that way we can purify ourselves. And in that purification process, we will let all other devotees here also to know about Krishna. That's why. That's how I got this knowledge. In fact, I'm so happy that I with my guru who taught me Bhagavad Gita in IIT Bombay in 92, the entire year 92 and 93. So I just spoke with him for almost 30 minutes. And Krishna arranged him to teach Bhagavad Gita to me and my friends who studied with me in IIT Bombay at that time. And in fact, I was inviting him to visit Chennai. I'll be there next month. Especially, I'm arranging a program of a meeting of devotees in Chennai in August 22nd and 23rd. So that Saturday, Sunday. So I'm supposed to send a Google form in our groups also, which I getting delayed. I will try to send it as soon as possible. So if any devotee can come visit, that will be very nice. We can have, I'm already inviting a lot of other my friends who studied Bhagavad Gita with me in IIT, and those two devotees who are studying my Bhagavad Gita also sessions. So that way Krishna will provide all kinds of opportunities. So he will help us to free ourselves from the modes of nature to go to Goloka. So we are in that purification process. That's what is happening with us. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are getting purified. So it will happen. Krishna's mercy, we will get purified, no doubt about it. We will go to Goloka. He will. So we have got great, excellent opportunities that we need to voluntarily keep ourselves engaged in Krishna's service. That is very, very important. There may be so many other tasks we may think they are important in our life, but we need to understand that nothing is important than serving Krishna. Then involving ourselves in organizing Bhagavad Gita classes, bringing more devotees to our class and spreading this Bhagavad Gita. So this is the only job we are supposed to do. All other jobs, as I always say, that let Krishna do that. Krishna is doing everything. When he wants to do, it's just a matter of Atava bahunaitena kimnyatena tava Arjuna Vishtabhyahamidam krishnam yekam sena sthito jagat. So what need is there, Arjuna, for you to know all about my opulence? Just with a single fragment of my energy, I pervade this entire universe. So that way, leave all our problems to Krishna and get ourselves engaged only in Krishna's service. That's what is very important. We need to identify as many devotees as possible and give them this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So now we are studying in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we are studying in the 3rd chapter, this sloka number 34. Indriyasya, the slogan number 34 we finished. Indriyasya indriyasyarte ragadvesau vyavastitau tayornavasama gachet tauhyasya paribandinau. So there are certain rules and regulations to control this, to free ourselves from raga and dvesha, attachment and aversion. So we should not be controlled by raga and dvesha, because they are stumbling blocks. So attachment and aversion, they are stumbling blocks. So we should not like something or dislike also. It should be equal. Because we don't have any role to play in this world. We don't need to worry about anything. We should not be identifying ourselves with this world at all. We should be identifying ourselves with as a soul, and because our existence in this world is very temporary. Our body is made up of matter, which I have explained so many times in the past, and we'll keep studying about that also. Our body is just a machine, just it gets old. Naturally, when we get old, our immunity will go away. That's why even when COVID come, during the COVID time, people at very old age, they were not able to survive that easily. So that's why Janma, Mritu, Jara, Vyadi, it is going to come. Birth, death, old age, disease, all those things are going to come. We have to progress as much as possible in this life. That is the goal. As much as possible, so that we can, if we are able to go to Goloka in this life itself, that is great. But if not, at least in the next life we should go. So there are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion, because they are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. 1 second. Yeah. So my another Bhagavad Gita class is going to start now. So I just rescheduled for 15 more minutes after that because it got late our session. Okay. So now Krishna is continuing in the next sloka, in this sloka number 35. Sheyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanasthitar swadharme nidanam sheyaga paradharmo bhayabhagaha. So there is swadharma and paradharma we need to understand. That is based upon our swabhava. Based upon our swabhava, we have swakarma. So, because only modes of material nature only are acting on us. And based on the modes of material nature, there are 4 types of swabhavas are there. So, based on 3 modes of nature. Swabhava, prabhavai, gunaihi. That swabhava is produced from gunas, the 3 modes of material nature. So, based on what swabhava we got, we have our own swakarma, that is going to be our swadharma. We need to only perform our own swadharma. So, Krishna is saying that it's better to perform our own swadharma even though we don't do it great, compared to performing paradharma even nicely. It's better to perform our swadharma imperfectly also. The reason is that swadharme nidanam sheyaga, it's okay, sheyaga, even swadharme nidanam, if we don't do our swadharma, not great, it's still okay. But paradharmo bhayabhagaga, but paradharma is not, it's dangerous. Why? Why we want to, normally what is coming in nature, what we can do, then like we can do that very nicely. Our goal is to do everything for Krishna, offer everything to Krishna. So what we are good at it and do that nicely and offer it to Krishna. Our goal is not to get attached to the results and achieve so much in this material world for our own sense gratification. So that's why it's very important. If we want to free ourselves from the modes of material nature, we should do what we are good at it. It's far better to discharge one's prescribed duties even though faultily than another's duties perfectly. Distraction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duties, for to follow another's path is dangerous. Then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing. Arjuna uvacha, in fact Arjuna is continuing. This is Arjuna's question. I was mentioning about this earlier. Arjuna is asking a very important question. For that, in the next 7 slokas, Krishna is going to answer. Arjuna uvacha atakena prayaktoyam papam charati purushaga anichanna pivarshneya baladivanyojitaha. So by what one is impelled to sinful activities? Kena, by what? Prayaktoyam, what is forcing us? Like balad. So papam charati purushagam. So a person is performing papa, sinful actions, as if engaged by force, unwillingly, anichan. Anichan means unwillingly. So we know that it's a sin, we don't want to do that, but we are forced to do that. And what is it? Every one of us definitely will experience this in our life. Not will experience, experiencing every day. Because we are still under the control of the modes of nature. And especially when we are under the mode of Rajoguna, it will definitely, we will commit sins, no doubt about it. So that's what we are going to study, because Arjuna is asking a very important question. For that, Krishna is answering. Arjuna said, O descendant of Vrishni, by what one is impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? It's a very important question. We have successfully finished 36 slokas in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We'll continue studying, and I will try to send a Google form for devotees to register if they can visit Chennai as soon as possible. Maybe today itself I will aim to do that, and we'll discuss more. We'll continue from tomorrow. Hare Krishna.